Europe correspondent Simon McGregor-Wood has been enjoying the debate, if that's the right word, and joins us now live from Paris. So, Simon, Emmanuel Macron promised to go hand-to-hand in combat. I'm not sure we quite got that. There's lots of hand-waving. How's it been?
Well, we've had everything but hand-to-hand combat. It's been an extremely confrontational, aggressive exchange right from the get-go. Marine Le Pen launched into an attack against Emmanuel Macron. It appears to have been her principal strategy to try and undermine him, to try and associate him with the perceived failures of the Hollande presidency. You'll remember that Macron was briefly economy minister. That's been her line of attack time and time again. Macron has given as good as he has got, accusing Le Pen several times of lying. They've disagreed on everything, from the economy to security to foreign policy and France's position with the European Union. They are miles apart on everything, and it has been an ill-tempered and very aggressive debate. It is drawing to a conclusion. I should imagine that both candidates are pretty exhausted. It's been extraordinary and very compelling television, I have to say.
Absolutely. And how much influence do you think it will have on the vote that's coming on Sunday, Simon?
Well, there was a lot up for grabs, Kamali. There are many, many thousands of French voters who, according to the polls at least, have yet to make up their mind or are thinking of not voting at all. This big abstention constituency that both candidates are worried about, and both, of course, are going out to try and to attract in the last few days of campaigning. I think, in terms of knockout punches, I don't think we got one. If I was to cast my vote in terms of who won, who came out on top, I think most of the people following this on Twitter and analysing it with far greater knowledge than I of French politics are pretty confident that Macron has come across well. He's clearly had a very good grasp of policy detail. It seems that at times Marine Le Pen has been a little flustered, short on detail. She's got a huge pile of notes on her desk, which she sometimes nervously looks down at. And there have been some uncomfortable moments for her, particularly, I think, on the issue of the economy, which she is weak on, frankly, in terms of detail, and some agonising moments on her policy on the euro. And I think Macron pounced on that. Her position on whether to pull out of the euro immediately and return to the franc has changed in recent days, and she looked very uncomfortable and a bit confused on that. I think the Macron team, unless he makes a huge mess of things towards the end of this, will be quietly confident that their man did well.
Well, they are still going, Simon. And just finally, then, it's worth looking ahead to Sunday's vote. Of course, you'll be covering this for TRT World. Just to explain to us just how pivotal this election could well be for Europe going forward for the results on Sunday.
Well, it's all to do with the two extremely different visions of France that both the candidates have. And from the European and international perspective, of course, we have Marine Le Pen's vision, which is rather isolationist, closing off France, literally closing down France's borders, aggressively trying to renegotiate France's relationship with the European Union before perhaps offering the French people a referendum on getting out of the European Union. She's against the euro. She wants to bring French jobs back in with isolationist economic policies, versus Macron, who sets himself up unashamedly as an internationalist in favour of the global economy, another thing that Le Pen is against, and wants to reassert French influence in the European Union. He is selling a France that looks outward. That's his pitch in terms of foreign relations. So it couldn't be different, couldn't be more different from Le Pen. Two very stark choices, if you like, for the French voter on Sunday of what kind of role France will play on the international stage.
Absolutely. Simon McGregor-Wood in Paris, thank you.